Hi, my name is Nurani Aziz, Chief Executive Officer of the Saint Lucia Hospitality and Tourism Association. It is my pleasure to welcome you to our annual general meeting 2022. The year in review focuses on the very diverse array of programs and activities that we have involved ourselves in order to meet the needs of our members. We invite you to indulge in this morning's activities where we present to you our report card for the last 12 months, and we look to you for your continued guidance on how we may continue to serve you over the next year.
Over the past few months, the Chief Executive Officer, Senator Aziz, and myself, in my capacity as President of the Slhta, have had the opportunity to engage key stakeholders at the Tourism Advisory Committee meetings. Those meetings have been very beneficial because they range from a number of wide-ranging points relative to our members. And as you know, over the past year, we've dealt with a lot of issues relative to the protocols in place, looking at visitor arrivals, and how we as a collective can work with the key stakeholders to see how we can actually improve all the benefits for our members.
We were very, very happy to be collaborating with community service-based organizations to undertake the provision, the sourcing and supply of much needed critical medical equipment for the OKEU pediatric ward. And we were really pleased to have worked with the Lions Club of Saint Lucia and the Lions Club of Rosalie to ensure that that idea bore fruit.
The Slhta Tourism Enhancement Fund understood our purpose, and with the same like-mindedness, which is to serve, which is our motto, they showed the outpouring support sparked from a shared challenge. If I may highlight those projects, one being the adoption of the pediatric ward at the OKEU, in that with your generous support, they gave a child a breathing chance, by purchasing those necessary equipments.
Through the Tourism Enhancement Fund, we were able to assist in providing meals and other forms of assistance. An industrial washer that assisted the hospital in doing the laundry work for the patients at the hospital. We also worked with the Royal Saint Lucia Police Force in assisting them to get bicycles that they will be able to mobilize their officers to assist persons in a timely manner.
Well, I can tell you that the Slhta has been a wonderful partner. We've had several meetings, collaborated in terms of bicycles that were handed over, and if you walk the streets of Rosalie, you will see officers on bicycles.
So the Tourism Development White Paper, I think, is commendable on the part of the Ministry of Tourism at the level of how they have actually engaged the Slhta on the white paper. We had some fruitful discussions there. The intent of the Tourism Development White Paper is purposeful. We see how it can actually make significant benefits to the sector. And what we want to continue to do is to continue with that engagement and look to make a breakthrough that will redound to the benefits of our members.
Coming out of COVID and as we go into recovery mode, one of our focuses at the Slhta Tax and Policy Committee was making sure that we made recommendations that would really ease the burden on our members with regards to the rising cost of operations.
It's really great now with the new community tourism project that is coming on through the government, the amazing possibilities that will be available for us to take community-based tourism to a whole new level of excellence.
As tourism goes directly into the community, it is no longer a trickle economy. It is the community themselves preparing themselves, innovating to create a new product, a new image of Saint Lucia's tourism product, thereby creating that level of uniqueness that Saint Lucia needs. And I think that continued effort between the Slhta and the Slta is going to bring about this ethos that we are talking about.
There was training programs for the hospitality staff, but we also get a lot of support in, negotiating insurance policies for our staff with insurance companies. tax breaks with the government.
The SLHTA functioned as one of the key organizations that rallied behind the idea and the concept, along with Jeff SGP, in bringing to fruition the idea and the concept of a national honey show to showcase honey in St. Lucia.
A number of years ago, the SLHTA got actively involved in the formation of the Saint Lucia National Conservation Fund, and we are pleased to not only be one of the founding members of the National Conservation Fund, but also to be its current chair. And so through that, we have been able to provide over $100,000 worth of grant financing to the NCF, allowing them to on-grant that to various projects that would lend to not only the development of skills and talents for the maritime industry, but also for the development of dive sites and the restoration of coral reefs.
I have to not only commend, but also express the deep appreciation of the board and secretariat of the Saint Lucia National Conservation Fund that the SLHTA were very open and flexible in supporting these projects. And therefore, and as a consequence, I'm very hopeful that this partnership will continue.
Working with SLHTA has afforded us as an association the ability to have a louder voice, especially in consultations and in policy making decisions that would affect our sector.
We reached out to various community organizations such as the Lions Club of Rosalie, the Alexander Family Foundation, the Rotary Club of St. Lucia. We also tapped into our own internal resources, such as our honorary member, Mr. Hinkson, who assisted us in giving out vouchers also to musicians and other artists that were displaced due to the pandemic.
The biggest project is that of the prostate cancer awareness testing. With the collaboration of the SLHTA TAF, they made it happen for us in that over 500 men were given the opportunity to know their status island-wide, not just the Rosalie district, but island-wide. So when we think about the SLHTA and the TF, we think of the word impact comes to mind.
The TEF embarked on a Partner with a Family initiative, which targeted families who were displaced due to COVID. This initiative allowed us to make a financial contribution to those families and to assist them to soften the blow that the pandemic had on them and their families. We also did a number of voucher distribution in various communities in St. Lucia.
This reporting year, 2021-2022 for the SLHTA, has seen a consolidation of efforts towards the raising of standards and the building of collaborative agreements and projects aimed towards supporting our recovery. We are not out of the woods by a long shot, but this year we were able to extend partnerships and build relationships with community, private, and public sector stakeholders to ensure that this recovery allows us to do things better than we had done before.